Awesome, man. Thanks for coming.
You got it.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Yeah,
it's been a while. But it's awesome just how I met you was, because I'm very much, as you know, an electronic music fan.
Yeah.
We were going to just, every Thursday, we were going to just do Trance Thursday and just play Armin van Buuren, and I think originally it was 5 hours. It started out with like Marcus.
It was
Schultz,
Marcus,
and then Armin van Buuren, and then I posted something on some like trance addict, and you had posted something, and I was like, wait. And then I responded to you. I was like, are you actually like this real person? And you're like, yeah. And
I use the internet too.
Yeah. So yeah, I was like, oh man, you got to come in and let me know when you came in. So you did.
I loved it.
So you were working in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Where were you in school?
I was in school at that point. I was at New York Institute of Technology. So I was finishing up my architecture degree. So yeah, right now I'm still doing half architecture, half music. I'm still in the field, and you know, I kind of like both areas of that in my life, so enough to do both of them still. So it's kind of an interesting, sticking with it.
Do you feel as though one kind of outweighs the other at times?
I think in the real world, I think architecture's kind of taken over. But
I would disagree.
but I still keep making music. That's what I do, and I'm still I'm still playing out. I'm still working on the music dream. Last New Year's, for example, I played in Malaysia, and it's like, for me, it's still shell-shocked. I still view it as this thing. It's like I do it for fun, and then someone says, "Oh, play New Year's in Malaysia," and it's just like, it brings me halfway around the world. It's an amazing time for the dance music to be able to have that power.
Like, I remember where I was, what time of day, what state of mind I was in when I was first got.
For me, it wasn't like that. It was a slow process.
Okay.
I was listening to a lot of hip hop at the time, New York-based, Wu-Tang and all these guys. I guess I went CD shopping with my aunt, and she's like, "Oh, pick a CD, I'll get it for you." I just picked one, and I was like, and they had these like listening stations. So I picked the most random one. It was Trance All Stars, which is the group of like ATV, Tosher, all these guys, Sunbeam, Schiller, Tala, and I listened to it. I was like, "What is this?" And it was a two double CD. So I bought that one, and that was the first taste.
Had you been producing any type of stuff before? Or?
I was, after those CDs, within months, I kind of got FL Studio program, and I was just messing around. It was really bad. It didn't sound good at all.
I mean, I'm sure.
But it was convincing, and the people in my high school hadn't heard that music at all either.
Yeah.
So I was actually selling CDs for like $5 with like 20 tracks that I made.
That you made?
That I made. I was burning them, and and yeah, I mean, it was an interesting start, and it wasn't like that moment that you had, but it was kind of like eventually just phased out hip hop. I just kind of totally got consumed into dance music at that point.
I know you're working on your own label, and you're kind of moving in an alternate direction. I
guess a while ago, I've been saying, a lot of interviews ask me like, "Oh, what do you listen to when you're not making trance?" And the truth is, I really don't listen to that much trance, and I listen to a lot of bands, a lot of alternative rock. So I decided, why don't I start a label that has that trance electronic element, but it's really a lot of bands and producers, maybe more listening music than it is dancing music.
You drink coffee.
Oh yeah.
How do you, and I remember like in the beginning, I didn't want to bother you too much because you'd be like sitting there doing your thing, and it's just like, and then a week later I would hear this production that you were like working on, and I was just like, oh my God.
I had at least 2 or 3 songs that I worked on, either started or finished at the coffee, at the first location.
Yeah. So I guess the environment, or just what's fostered inside a coffee shop? Like, does that help you? How does that work for you?
It did at the time, for sure.
Yeah.
Lately, I'm just like, I like to close myself in to my room and work on my music. I turn my phone off, but at the time, you know, I had so many things going on. I was working, I was going to school, and you know, the little downtime I had, I thought, you know, it was awesome. You know, it was nice and quiet at the upper level of your old location, and it just felt, you know, it just felt right, somewhere to just let your ideas flow.
All right, so are you ready?
I don't know.
No, you're fine. Have you ever been skinny dipping?
No. Close, you know, underwear, but that doesn't count.
That doesn't count. What is the worst present you've ever received?
Worst present was probably some kind of candle, and at the time I didn't use candles.
Yeah.
Now I like them. You know, I have my own apartment now, so I have them all over the place. But at the time, I was like, "What am I going to do with this?"
Light it, I guess.
I guess it's something you grow into, I guess.
Right. Cool, man. That's
right
it.
on.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
Yeah. No, it's great to see you.
Great space.
Thank you.